Hi, loves. It's Shanda. How are you? And welcome to Shanda Says. It is Thursday evening. How are you? How have you been? I hope you've been good. Normally on Wednesdays, I love to discuss sex and relationships. But being that it's Thursday, it's between Friday, which is fashion, and sex. So, what do you want, fashion or sex? Yeah, I figured as much. Sex, right? Well, I'm not going to be talking so much about sex, but I do want to talk relationships because I want to know you guys' opinion. Hey, we're going to talk about it. Evelyn Johnson and Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Well, what did you think about what happened? I'm going to tell you, I felt twofold. I'm going to get this out the way first. I honestly felt sad for both of them. I will say that. Now, a lot of you may not agree with me because a lot of people, and even myself, I felt like, karma is a bitch. Put it out there. You guys know I've spoken about basketball wives on many occasions about people's behavior and how, it's not cool to act the way that you act. But when something happens to someone, it's so easy to jump on and say, oh, this is what you get. Now you know what it feels like, you know. But the human side of me was very hurt for her. I was very, in the past, I have been physically abused. And I don't wish that on any person, any person, on any woman do I wish that on. And I did hear the 911 tape, and I heard how afraid she sounded, and my heart just went out to her. It's like everything that she did, to me, it didn't matter. Honestly, it just didn't matter. I just felt for her. Um, and on the flip side of that, with Chad Johnson, how did I feel about him? I just, you guys are going to kill me. I felt bad for him too. I realize that we all make choices and we all have to live with the choices we make. And I realize with Chad Johnson, I think it I think this may have been a time that he had to learn to be humble. And sometimes when we lose something is only the time that we wake up. Like you have to bottom out. His bottom out is losing his wife, his career. And maybe he'll get it. Maybe he'll get it. Does Chad Johnson have anger issues? Probably. If you're going to be headbutting somebody, that's not normal behavior. I mean, me and my husband have gotten into it, but he wouldn't headbutt me. Like, can you imagine Scoop's big head headbutting me? Come on. So do I feel sorry as a person that people have lost their jobs? Absolutely, because, hey. But then again, you're in a position to be blessed. And you have to be ever mindful and cognizant of your blessings. And when you lose sight of what you have, it can easily be taken from you. And sometimes in life, we have to experience those things. So I wanted to know, how did you guys feel about the whole situation? You know, I had a lot of trepidation about them getting married. I felt that relationship started off wrong. It started in a very lustful way. You know, you have to take the time. And I'm going to say this as women. A lot of times we meet a man and we want so much to be happy. We want so much to be in a relationship and to have a white picket fence and the whole nine, everything they tell you should have. But the reality is you have to take your time when you meet a man, especially as you get older, because you get to an age where you don't want to deal with the bullshit. You want a man that has his stuff together, that knows how to treat a woman, who has a lot of confidence in himself, who has a great career, who's not having all these issues about who he is and wanting to grow. Like, you just get to a place where you want to be loved and respected. And a lot of times we rush and we allow what's going on between our legs to dictate what needs to really be done. I think that relationships start off with a lot of passion and not enough time to really get to know each other. And a lot of times we mistake passion for love. Oh, we're doing it all the time. The sex is so good. It's so this, it's so that. But once that's over, what do you have? Sometimes I think couples, if you have so much together, sometimes you need to know what it's like as a couple to have nothing. Then we'll see how strong you are as a man and a wife when you have zero and you're able to still hold it together. Because true love and true friendships and love, and that's just the thing. A lot of times people think, oh, we're married, but that person has to be your friend. That person has to be your friend, and someone who's your friend loves you and respects you and will never hurt you. You guys know that. And if you don't know that, that's something you need to think about. You know, who wants to say I told you so? It's easy to say I told you so. But I do say this, and I doubt either one of them would ever see this video, but if they did, I pray that individually they learn to grow. I know that Evelyn, we all know that Evelyn has anger issues. We all know that she had issues with her father. We all know that she's had relationship issues. But many of us women have. And a lot of times, we can judge her. But here's the thing. She's playing it out on TV. Imagine if someone was playing our lives out on TV. And again, it is her choice. She chose to play it out on TV. So you got to take the ugly that comes with fame. But in this time of pain and hurt, I do hope that they find each other in terms of self and know what they want for self. Because once you figure out what you want as a person and that you're loving who you are, then you're primed and ready for somebody else to come in. But if you feel with a lot of anger and a lot of hate, you only pass that on to someone else. It's something to think about. What are your guys' opinion about what happened? Do you feel good for them? I don't care. Or do you feel some empathy? Do you think they should stay together? They're married now. Is this something they need to work out? Or does she need to just leave? Hard to say. I'm going to say this, though. I don't know if they were married long enough and know each other long enough to stay married. And normally I'm like, no, you're married. You got to stick it out. I don't know if they allowed themselves long enough to really know each other for me to say she should stay married to him. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Hit me up, shandasays1@gmail.com. And follow me on Twitter @ShandaSays. And I'll be back here tomorrow. I will. I'm serious. I will. We're going to talk fashion. I love you. God bless you. And till next time, we'll talk. Bye-bye.